Here is one difference between still and yet. Still means continue and yet means before now. Examples. Still, affirmative sentence. I still live there. You still live there, which means I continue to live there. You continue to live there. This is affirmative. If it's interrogative, do you still live there? Which means, do you continue to live there?
Does he still live here?
Yeah.
She still lives there?
I still live here.
Your parents still live here?
Ouch. I still live here.
Now, yet. If it's interrogative, an interrogative sentence, I could ask, have you moved yet? Have you moved yet? Which means, did you move before now? Or do you still live there? I could answer, if it's a negative sentence, I could say, I haven't moved yet. Which means, I didn't move before now. I still live there.
Has she moved yet?
You haven't moved in yet, have you?
Hey, I haven't even moved out yet.
Or if it's an affirmative sentence, I could say, I've already moved, which means I moved before now, but it's affirmative. I use already. I have already moved. I don't live there anymore.
He's already moved in. Said I had already moved out.
That's the difference. Don't forget to like and follow for more. Here's two definitions of the word but. Definition number 1, it's contrast. It means contrast. For example, I work, but I have no money. I have a job, but I never have money. It's contrast. Or when you say, I like pizza, but I never eat it. Contrast.
I do like lawyers, but I don't like offices.
You like me, but I don't like you.
We don't eat kids, but we eat octopus.
Number 2, it means except. When you say, I work every day but Sunday, it means you work Mondays through Saturdays, but you don't work on Sundays. So every day but Sunday, every day except Sundays. Or when you say, I like all colors but yellow, which means you like blue, you like red, you like green, but you don't like yellow. You like all colors except yellow. All colors but yellow.
Everybody but him.
Everybody but DZ.
Everyone but you.
Every color but blue.
This is definition number 2. If you have any questions, don't forget to like and follow for more. Coca-Cola, Mickey Mouse, and Peter Parker. What do these names have in common? Well, they are alliterations. What does that mean? Well, an alliteration is when the two words in a compound noun begin with the same letter. For example, Donald, duck. Donald begins with the letter D, and so does the word duck. D, Donald, duck. This is very common in English. It's like rhyming, but it's not the end of the word that rhymes. It's the beginning of the words. You'll see it in movie titles, you'll see it in brand names, and also in the names of characters. For example, Donald Duck and Daisy Duck, Fast and Furious, Fantastic Four, PayPal, Dunkin' Donuts, Lois Lane, Clark Kent, and the list goes on and on. By the way, can you think of more examples of alliterations? Please leave it in the comments. And don't forget to like and follow for more. Which sentence do you think is the right option? Is it number 1, I want that you go? Or is it number 2, I want you to go? Well, if you said number 1 is the right option, you are wrong. I'm sorry. Actually, number 2 is the right answer. I want you to go. That's because when we use the verb want, we use it subject, want, object, plus to, plus verb. So if it's affirmative, I'd say, I want you to go. She wants me to stay. They want her to leave. He wants them to move. If it's negative, same thing. I don't want you to go. She doesn't want me to stay. They don't want us to move. Also, if it's interrogative, do you want me to stay? Do you want me to help you? It's the same way we use the verb like or would like. So I would like you to go. She would like me to stay. They would like us to move. And if it's a question too, would you like me to stay? Would you like me to help you? So these are questions we can use when we're offering help in English. Do you want me to help? Would you like me to help? Or do you want me to make you a sandwich? Do you want me to clean your house for you? Would you like me to get you a sandwich? Would you like me to buy you some cookies? These are expressions you can use to offer help. And again, if you chose number one, if you thought number one was the correct option, that may be because of your mother language, because this is how words are arranged in your mother language. But in English, it's different. Actually, there are other verbs that are usually arranged differently from other languages. If you want me to talk more about it, if you want me to talk more about how certain verbs are arranged in a sentence, please leave it in the comments. And don't forget to like and follow for more. She is flying tonight. I am afraid of flying. So in the two sentences, we're using flying, fly plus ing, for two different reasons. In the first sentence, it's the present continuous, so it's she is flying. It's subject, verb to be plus verb plus ing, she is flying. This is the present continuous. We use it to talk about the present, something that's happening right now. So I am talking to you right now. I am making a video, present continuous. We also use it when we talk about the future, when it's planned future. So I am flying tomorrow, or she is traveling next month. It is planned. It's arranged, so I could use the present continuous here. But in the second example, she is afraid or I am afraid of flying, we use verb plus ing because this verb comes after a preposition, of. So I am afraid of flying. And every time we use a verb after a preposition, we use verb plus ing. So prepositions such as with or without, in, on, at, for, about, around, these are some examples of prepositions. So I could say, I cannot live without working. I can't live without working. Without is a preposition, so working, work plus ing. They always talk about studying. About is a preposition, studying, study plus ing. There are more situations in which we should use verb plus ing. If you want to know more, don't forget to like and follow for more. Do you know the difference between these two sentences? I used to live and I'm used to living. I'll explain. Let's imagine you lived, when you were a child, you lived in a house, a big house in the countryside. This is where you lived from when you were 2, 3, 4 years old to when you were 15 or 20. And then you moved to the city. You moved to an apartment, a small apartment in the city. And then when people ask you, so where did you live as a child? You could say, I used to live in a house in the countryside. I used to live, which means I lived there for a period of time in the past, and I don't live there anymore. We use used to refer to habits, past habits or past states. For example, you could say that when you were a kid, you used to play video games, or you used to play with your friends. It's things that were past habits. Or when you say I used to live, which means it was a past state. It's where I lived for a period of time in the past. But now, as I said, you live in a small apartment in the city, but at first it was difficult for you to adapt. It was difficult for you to adapt to this new lifestyle. The apartment was small, the city was busy, and it was very different from your past life. But as time went by, you started getting used to the new place, and now you can finally say that you are used to living in that small apartment. So you are used to living, which means you have adapted and now you are accustomed to living where you are. This is the difference between I used to live and I am used to living. Do you have any questions? Please write them in the comments. Don't forget to like and follow for more.